Alright, so today we're diving into two of the most visually stunning games ever made, Ghost of Tsushima and Assassin's Creed Shadow. So, Ghost of Tsushima is like a work of art when it comes to how it looks and tells its story. It throws you right into the first Mongol invasion of Japan way back in 1274. And it totally nails that samurai vibe with its stunning scenery and action-packed fights that feel like you're in a movie. Seriously, you'll just want to wander around its beautiful world, from those wide-open fields to the dense forests and peaceful little shrines. And get this cool thing. Instead of a messy map, the game has this guiding wind that helps you find your way, encouraging you to really take in the environment. It's pretty neat. Now, the Assassin's Creed games have gone through a lot of changes over the years, and this new one, set in Japan in 1579 during the Sengoku period, sounds like it's going to be super detailed and give you a really deep dive into that time. Unlike Tsushima, you actually get to play as two main characters. There's Naoi, who's all about being a super sneaky ninja, and then there's Yasuke, who's this powerhouse that hits incredibly hard. They both have their own unique way of fighting. Now, some folks think Naoi's fighting isn't the absolute best, but it's still satisfying. While having these two characters is cool and adds variety, some people feel it might take away a little bit from that pure samurai feeling that Ghost of Tsushima has. Okay, let's talk about graphics. So, when you look at Shadows, it's seriously gorgeous. The graphics are super realistic, and the way the lighting changes makes everything look so alive. Plus, get this, the whole world changes with the seasons. You'll see snow in winter, lush greenery in summer, all that good stuff. Also, the cities in Shadows are bustling with activity, like they're really showing off how vibrant and full of life mainland Japan is. It's a big difference compared to the more peaceful vibe you get on Tsushima's island. Now, when you're exploring Tsushima, it feels like the game really wants you to be present in the moment. There aren't a ton of distractions on the screen, and the story feels really focused, pulling you in. Shadows, on the other hand, give you a whole lot more to do and see. Tons of content packed in. But sometimes, because there's so much going on, it can be a little harder to really feel lost in the world compared to how immersive Tsushima feels. So, when you jump into a fight in Ghost of Tsushima, it feels super impactful and almost like you're in an action movie. The controls feel really tight, and every fight is intense. The bad guys aren't dummies either. They come at you hard and think strategically, so you gotta get good at timing your moves and switching up your fighting styles. The combat in Tsushima is just chef's kiss. It's so smooth. You really feel like a master swordsman playing as Jean, and he's got these 4 cool fighting stances, each one perfect for taking down different kinds of enemies. The sword clashes feel real, the duels are epic, and even the finishing moves look pretty brutal in a cool way. It all adds up to this super satisfying and immersive experience. Plus, because the story and characters are so well developed, every fight feels like it actually matters. Now, over in Assassin's Creed Shadows, the fighting definitely feels like it packs more of a punch. You can really feel the weight of your attacks. You get to play as 2 different characters with totally different fighting styles, which is neat. Yasuke is all about brute strength and smashing through enemies, while Naoi is a stealth master, preferring to sneak around and take enemies down silently. Speaking of sneaking, the stealth in Shadows is seriously next level. There's so many more ways to be sneaky and take down enemies without them even seeing you coming, using the shadows to your advantage. However, while the combat in Shadows is better than in the older Assassin's Creed games, it doesn't quite have that same smooth and intense flow that you get with the sword fighting in Tsushima. So, when you're wandering around in both Ghost of Tsushima and Assassin's Shadows, you'll definitely find cool stuff and feel rewarded for checking things out, but they go about it in different ways. In Ghost of Tsushima, it's all about this really natural way of exploring. You'll stumble upon these little fox dens that lead you to cool rewards, find peaceful shrines tucked away in beautiful spots, and relax in hot springs that actually make your character stronger. These little side things really help you feel more connected to the world and make your character better. Now, in Assassin's Creed Shadows, the cities are where it's at. They're big and bustling with people, and there are tons of side missions where you get to be a sneaky assassin. While there's a lot to do, some of these side quests can start to feel a bit same-way after a while. The way the world is designed in Tsushima makes you feel really present and focused. There aren't a lot of extra things pulling your attention away, and the story flows really smoothly. Shadows, on the other hand, throws a ton of content and different things to do at you, which would be exciting. But sometimes, because there's so much going on, it can make it a little harder to really feel lost in the world compared to how immersive Tsushima feels. So, get this, Ghost of Tsushima was a huge hit in Japan. They even gave the game, which was made by a company in the West, a special award from the actual island of Tsushima. People really praised the game for how much care and respect it showed for their culture. That's pretty awesome, right? Now, the folks over at Ubisoft are also trying really hard to get things right with Assassin's Creed Shadows. They've hired people to help them make sure everything feels authentic. They're featuring a real historical figure in the game, and they want to show players lots of different sides of Japanese life back then. That sounds promising, but we haven't seen how everyone will actually react to Shadows yet. The big question is, will it really honor the history and culture it's inspired by, or will it feel more like just visiting a cool place and slashing some bad guys without really understanding it? We'll have to wait and see. Lastly, if you're looking for that ultimate samurai experience, something that feels like an epic movie with a really engaging story, super smooth combat, and a world that just sucks you in, then Ghost of Tsushima is probably right up your alley. Now, Assassin's Creed Shadows is doing its own cool thing. It's not your typical Assassin's Creed game, and it's definitely going to appeal to those of you who love having tons of stuff to do, sneaking around in the shadows, and playing a big, beautiful RPG with realistic graphics. Plus, you get to play as two different characters with their own unique ways of playing, which is pretty awesome. Both of these games are fantastic in their own way, offering really different but cool experiences. Personally, I think Assassin's Creed really nailed what they were going for, even if Ghost of Tsushima kind of set the stage for this type of historical adventure first. But hey, that's just my 2 cents. I'd love to hear what you think. Head down to the comments and let us know which game you think is better and why.